What is up guys, Astro592 here. So we did the captains, we did the junglers, so now it's finally time for us to take a look at the best carries to play as of update 2.8. This list was actually pretty tough to make, with there being so much viable picks for the carry position this update. So let's hop right into the video guys and see who the top 5 are. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Vox. Nothing much has changed with Vox this update, except that his early game seems to be a bit stronger. But being one of the most mobile carries in the game, as well as having decent damage in the late game, has ensured that Vox still remains a viable pick. Next up at number 4 is going to be Scarf. Scarf is surprisingly good in the lane right now. After the recent changes that he had this update, I thought that he probably wouldn't be that good of a carry up in the lane. But after testing him out for myself, it turns out that he's actually in a pretty good spot right now. So if you're good on him, I definitely recommend playing him. At number 3, we have Celeste. Celeste is pretty nasty right now. Even though she had a little nerf to the damage on her Heliogenesis and Supernova, she still remains a very potent pick in the current meta, simply because of her ability to siege, poke, and dish out tons of damage from the outskirts of teamfights. Coming at number 2 is gonna be Kestrel. Nothing much has changed for Kestrel this update either, except for the crystal ratio on her Glimmer Shot. That got a bit of a nerf, but she still has decent trade potentials, tons of damage, and lots of utility with her stuns and stealth. In general, she's a really strong pick right now, so if you're good on her, let your arrows fly. And taking the number 1 spot is gonna be Idris. He has insane damage, decent poke, and lots of mobility. And not to mention his CP build path, which is currently OP right now. I mean, you can still build him weapon power, but CP is the way to go on Idris this update. All that put together, earning him the spot of the most powerful carry in the current meta. And for the honorable mentions, we have Samuel. Samuel is surprisingly good in the lane right now, with all the changes to sustain this update, and him being able to sustain himself with his passive, Corrupted Genius, plus his ability to kite and dish out tons of damage in teamfights, has made him a viable pick on this list. And lastly is gonna be Weapon Power Petal in the lane. Nah, I'm just playing. Lastly is gonna be Ringo. Ringo seems to be climbing his way back into things. He's not as strong as some of the others on this list, but he's definitely a viable pick. Alright guys, that's it for my carry tier list of update 2.8. But before we wrap up, keep an eye out for Glaive and Baron. I think they're both pretty strong in the lane right now as well. As always, if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, you know what it is. Leave a like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more. This is Astro592. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.